So, who would like to tell me what happened last session?
I killed my uncle.
True.
Real.
Anything else?
Wait, what happened? What did he say?
He said he killed his uncle.
Oh yeah, that happened. That was good fun.
I was gonna say there was Perry going off doing some Aldwin going off doing some personal stuff. There was
not true.
There was Aeneas, falling under the rule of Imuyueg for a short time before you hired a famous assassin to murder literally every single rebel in the city.
In exchange for
how
for
can we forget about our Bosnian war crimes?
Hey,
what war crimes? Those don't exist.
Funny. All right. But yeah, and basically, thanks to the city because of the chaos of the city, while Count Nelua's next of heir does control it, Aldwin has basically been given leave to, if the situation proves dire, he may assume control over the region, which I think Perry misheard as I am in control of the region.
I am the region.
But yes, and now we are now in the post era of the not the post era. We're now after killing Kaladin's vampire uncle and seeing his mother off, and you guys have decided to return to Leowin for rest and relaxation, and probably chugging a lot of cure wounds potions just in case because I'm sure some of you probably think that you might have contracted vampirism.
Yeah. All right. You did get a message regarding that, right?
Yes, I did.
Yes.
So, what does Kaladin do?
In terms of?
So he goes to visit, correct?
Yeah. Also, with a potion of cure vampirism, of course.
Okay. Find your DM is still funny to this day. Anyway, so you go to visit. The herbalist, Greenwood, is still looking over her. She does state that if Rhys had died to her injuries, it would have been very likely that she had become a vampire spawn.
Yeah, we don't like those.
However, due to the fact that you killed her creator and also her healing as well, it is unlikely that she will become a vampire now.
Good to know.
However, the side effects from the infection are currently unknown at this time.
So we'll have to find out what they are.
But yeah. After a couple days of bed rest for her, I assume you're there when she wakes up.
Mm-hmm.
She wakes up and she goes, "Oh, did I die and go to heaven, or is this hell? Either way, it still might be fun."
That was more of a limbo.
Oh man, but that's not either.
Exactly. I can offer neither.
Since you're in a joking manner, I'm gonna assume that I am alive.
Yeah, for better or worse, depending on how you see it.
Considering that you're alive, I'm gonna assume that you took care of your little vampirism problem.
Oh yeah, yeah. He's been dusted.
I'm sure you had. I'm sure that it included a lot of you screaming.
You here and there.
Kaladin, thinking back, thinks to what he screamed as he was dodging the dragon's breath weapon. Nah.
Nah. I was actually deaf, so therefore I didn't hear anything.
Oh my goodness. Well, that's great, she says, giving a thumbs up before wincing. Ow.
I still need another potion.
No, that's soreness.
What that's like.
Oh, do you now?
God damn it. Maybe.
So, is there anything else? So is there anything else you need me to do now, boss? Or have I earned my reward now? I hate you, Connor.
Oh, what the hell is this?
Sorry. Thought I needed to share.
Really? Norm's ping isn't even that bad. Me, Roxy, and his ping are at the same level.
His ping was 999 last time. No, it's 152 right now.
Yeah, and me and Roxy's are 104 and 105. We're at the same level as him, basically.
What? What do you mean? What
My
do you mean
general
ping?
connection is really bad, though.
Ping for Foundry.
Yeah, if you look at a Foundry, you can see your ping.
Yeah, lower left.
Anyway.
Oh my god, Carl.
But yes,
Anyway,
Rist does that I can do for you now, boss, or can I get a word?
No, I think you've earned more than any single reward.
Oh, really now? I look forward to
yes, you have.
I look forward to getting that reward when I'm not laid up in here.
That reward can be given anytime.
Kinky.
Quiet.
Well, I'm sure you have better things to do at this very moment. Well, until I get out of here.
Chatting with you is among one of the better things I'm doing.
I'm sure, Sir Spy Master.
Getting the noble class of a city killed it makes you it takes a load off your plate for a little while.
You were the guys that hired Bloodraven. I was wondering who that was.
Mm-hmm. Had to give him a mansion and a lifetime promise of cookies, customized to his liking.
How much did Tate almost punch you when you told him that?
Not at all. Totally not at all.
Definitely.
Sure.
I better begin. Good thing I'm getting steady payment now too. After the stuff I've been through, she says she lays back down.
You deserve some good payment.
Well,
I just have to go through that.
She gives a thumbs up. She gives a thumbs up again.
Thumbs back in return.
Yes, the Goku and Vegeta thumbs up.
Yes.
All
is fine here, citizen.
So after back and forth, that I'm sure lasts for a while. Eventually, you do have to leave.
Yep.
And I'm sure.
Unfortunately.
And I'm sure Kaladin is looking forward to the award he will give later.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure your friends are going to make sure you can't hear the end of it. Actually, I'll tell you this. Eventually, in the future, a couple of weeks later, guys, eventually you hear strange noises coming from Kaladin's side of the castle. And that's all I will say.
Great.
Wait, why?
Kill me.
Take a guess.
I don't know.
Short stacks. Never mind. Okay, moving on. So, eventually, weeks turn into months, and the summer of 503 begins to come to an end. And you guys there has been no word about the location of your counselor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
However, eventually you do get word. However, it is not in the form you would have expected.
And what form would that be?
You hear, pray tell, of a wizard in a black cloak, in a black and blue cloak, devastating Imuyueg cities across the country.
Nice.
attacking major parts of their industry and their infrastructure. And this strange wizard appears to be wielding dunamancy.
This bitch literally just went and declared war for us. What the fuck?
I wonder who it could be.
And then...
we're not going to declare war. Don't worry about it. Jikindu with Aelar. How about I do, anyway?
By the way, I'm gonna log off from Foundry and log back in because my PC's lagging.
Gotcha.
Playing Worm? Have fun fighting with Sumo
No,
Wrestler.
I'm still gonna be in this shed.
Alright.
Sumo Wrestler proved too heavy.
But yeah, basically, so what is your guys' reaction when you hear this news?
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
So what is your reaction to this news of this wizard in black and blue cloak devastating Imuyueg, the country to yourself that you will soon be at war with, and this wizard using dunamancy to do so?
That's no good.
Don't like to hear that.
So wait, the one we're going to war with, they're already devastating it.
Yes.
What?
And
why?
That is the question. Why would Jikindu, if this is indeed the man you think it is, this is indeed Aelar, why would Jikindu send him down to do so? And Car is missing, so he can't answer that fucking question for you.
God fucking damn it, Car!
Your ass back
that doesn't make no sense.
Well, you gotta wait until Aelar or fucking Searson comes back to ask why would Dad do this.
Just interrogate her. Hey!
Why would your dad do this? Dylan, say I bought you a baked good.
Alright, well, god damn it. Someone want to attack Car while I change the music?
Yeah. Terrence. Terrence, I bought you a baked good.
Who would bake good?
A muffin.
Oh, thank you. I love muffins.
It's good. It's a lemon poppy seed muffin.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay. So, come out here. You guys, so basically, you guys are kind of like all laid up.
Wait.
You guys are all laid up inside, or like all in the council area, basically discussing this. What are some theories you guys come up with for why Jikindu would send Aelar to do this?
What has he told us about Jikindu?
Searson has told you that Jikindu is a master manipulator and a master of the game who only acts in his own best interest.
Yes, it's in his own best interest that that everyone doesn't live happy lives. At least because because it would mean Searson lives a happy life and his influence over her would be gone.
Any other theories?
Frame Aelar for shit?
Well, I mean, it's either that it's in his interest to be our ally, or it's not, and he's doing this for some other means. for some other end.
Welcome, Car. Did you hear what I said about the wizard devastating Imuyueg?
He's still muted, B.
Oh, no, I assume that's Aelar?
No one knows for sure, but considering the fact that he's using Dunamancy, it's safe to assume that's Aelar, yes.
Oh, wow.
Why would your
So,
dad do this?
my dad's using my husband to start a war for me.
Start a war? The
He
war's already started.
basically just declared war right there.
Yeah.
It's like, he fucking did it for us. Wow, what a dick.
and that's when you hear the march of that familiar clockwork entity as it marches straight into your council chambers.
The hell did they get in here?
Just mother.
And it opens up its chest, and out pops out this little cylindrical object with glass at the end of it, and suddenly a beam of light comes out of it, and it forms this strange energy-looking thing that forms in the shape of Jikindu.
Bruh. He's got fucking holograms now.
You have a lot of nerve being here, but you and I both know that is not the case.
Jikindu looks amongst you all, kind of disregarding what you say for a moment, before he says, I think it would be safe to assume that you have heard about the recent events.
I would be also safe to assume that this is of your work.
That would be the smart thing to think, yes.
We're all making assumptions.
Tactical gain do you get out of this?
Well, for one thing, this pointless war gets started and finished sooner rather than later. If there's one thing I dislike about war, it's the pointless waste of resources, despite the benefits it can give a person.
So, why not prevent the war in the first place?
Because all calculations have brought me to the conclusion that there will be no peace between your side and his. Thus, the only outcome is war, and it would be rather more advantageous to happen sooner rather than later, thus costing less resources, and also meaning that there's less of a chance of the event occurring.
Right.
Is that your only reason for taking Aelar?
Well, my reason for it is that looking at both sides and calculating which one favors my operations and my goals more, it is your side. Thus, I have a strategy in mind that, well, considering at this point you have no choice but to go along with it.
Well, if we're gonna go along with it, we should know what it is, shouldn't we?
Yes, indeed. I forget that not all of you share that level of intelligence that I'd hoped would exist outside Tikral lands.
Bruh.
He said not all of you. So anyway, he then proceeds to explain. Since this started in Imuyueg lands, and Aelar has been missing for several months at this point, it wouldn't be that hard for you all to sow a rumor that Imuyueg had captured Aelar and tried to bind him under their control, and instead they turned him rabid and made him attack all over Imuyueg.
Imuyueg could just make an easy of a claim is to just say that, Aelar, who's predominantly, or this Dunamancer, who has only been known in Leowin, manages to make their way all the way over to its rival's town and ravage them? Rivals nation, excuse me.
I plan for that, and the fact that Aelar will be attacking emotions towards Hanak on the map next. It makes the story easier to sell.
That's pretty sketchy.
Paddy?
Hmm?
Do you have anything else to tell us?
He takes a brief moment and he simply says, "Once I am sure you all will go after Aelar, and when you are able to break him out of his control, I can assure you that the hypnotic suggestions within him will no longer exist. They've served their purpose, as it were."
Why don't you not attack Hanak? What is the purpose of attacking Hanak?
If Aelar attacks Hanak, it sells the story that Imuyueg tried to control him, which you will aid by spreading said lie. Thus, giving you the moral high ground in the upcoming war. And
That's actually kind of smart.
And with the moral high ground,
I hate this man because he's spitting facts.
And with the moral high ground, the citizens of Imuyueg might believe less in this dream of their usurper king than at first they thought.
Fucking hate this dude. Too smart.
I do hate spilling more, I think.
By the end of 503, the war for the East will begin, and it will begin with you having the more favorable side. Imuyueg will be devastated by Aelar's attacks, and you, while slightly damaged, will be able to afford said damages in order to march on your enemy.
Oh, I get it. Perfectly fine.
Good. But yes,
Thank you, Father.
He nods. Now, I could not give a set pattern for where Aelar will attack next, but due to his connections, he might aim for Leyawen first. I suggest maybe letting him destroy a couple of forests here and there to sell the point of cross before you go after him.
I think I have an idea in mind. Thank you.
We would just have to evacuate everyone beforehand, yeah?
It would be best to bring your regional population to Leyawen if you can. However, that is up to you. I am not the ruler there, so I cannot dictate what the smartest course of action would be.
Man. Yes?
But with that,
Fuck this.
but with that, that is all I have to say on the Aelar matter. We will get your treasured counselor back.
You have a most favorable day.
A most favorable day.
Citizen. While it seems highly unlikely that you will indeed do this, should you ever desire to, I suppose, my workshop, once my inevitable demise comes, will belong to you. And the future generations of the Ruse line that will surely come from you. What you do with this work?
Very thoughtful.
My clockwork such as these will keep the workshop in good condition for whoever returns. Whether or not you make use of it is up to you. My legacy is secured, so that's so.
Genuinely same.
Fucking 4 claimers.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry, continue.
Anyway, but yes, the Jikindu workshop, the Ruse workshop, will be yours or your descendants one day.
Should this war return favorably, should this war return in our favor, I will see to it to immortalize this legacy.
Wonderful. And should any of you feel, and should there be some inkling in any of your minds that you'd like to come to Eland and attack me and sacrifice all the progress I've made, well, I look forward to dissecting you. And then the recording and then the robot shuts off the beam and then just leaves.
You know, this is the one time I'm just gonna let it go. I'm not gonna destroy it. I've got some emotional regulation now. Or maybe I'm just truly depressed.
No, don't be depressed. Hugs you around the thighs. No.
Saying I'm wearing an extra thick coat today.
Hugs harder.
Well,
but with that,
should probably tend to that now.
You were saying?
So, what will you guys do to prepare for the inevitable arrival of Aelar?
Damn, the music's swelling up.
The music's swell, though.
Maybe we should stage a fight, or like a little bit of destruction happening.
I mean, we would not want to appear like ready for it, but we should minimize the damage.
I mean, we don't know exactly where, unless Jikindu tells us exactly where he'll do it.
At best, Jikindu told you that it's likely due to his memories and his
He's
feelings.
likely to attack, yeah.
Yeah, attack Leowen. However, there's a chance that he will just attack somewhere else in Hanak.
Well, surely we all know of the fallout shelter that we have just
I'm
for this
going
situation,
the emotional
right?
route.
Okay.
I have packed some things and left.
Just attacked her chair and left.
I've packed some things and left. Got some wine, got some bread, some cheese. No picnic things. A bit of bakery stuff.
Yes. So what? Like you're just gonna like leave the town for like however long Aelar's there?
Oh, okay.
Pretty cringe.
Oh boy.
Okay. Oh, okay. Alright. Shit, where my dice at? Fuck.
My dice!
Whatever. Nah, never mind. I'm just gonna roll. Just gonna... Alright.
So, yeah, she left some things. She just seems to have strangely disappeared, honestly.
Disappeared for some.
Searson's just gone. She left her equipment here, but she's just gone.
Did I try and track her down?
Jason, did you try and hide what you were doing? Or hide where you were going?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna, since you planned this technically, I'm gonna have you roll stealth intelligence.
Watch out, Gabe.
Gabe, you're gonna roll me investigation.
Roger that, shoot.
You're in danger, Gabe.
And you get to add your +5 to your stealth intelligence as well, Searson.
You're in danger, Gabe.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that's a +10 total.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can't beat that.
Don't be so sure.
It's impossible.
Alright, let's see what I got here.
Literally
Guessing-
almost a god roll.
No situational bonuses or advantages.
No, just straight investigation.
First, tell me, Gabe, is it even possible?
It is possible because he has a plus. Oh.
Searson got
33. What the fuck?
Searson got a 33.
Yeah, I rolled a nat 20.
all right.
Goddamn.
I was so close. So
No, wait, what are we?
No, it was
What
just.
are we
What
uh,
is your modifier by any chance?
it's
Calvin?
12.
Oh yeah, that is pretty
Minimum I
close.
can get is a
Jesus
22.
Christ.
Yeah.
Wait, that means I actually rolled pretty low.
Yeah, you rolled a 17 actually.
You rolled a 17, yeah.
Hot damn.
The
So
highest
only
you can get is a
17.
32.
Yeah, that's with a nat 20. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Calvin, you look all over for Searson. However, you cannot seem to pick up her trail.
I go invisible with frustration.
I go invisible.
Just
That's a fucking move.
so I can just imagine Calvin just going disappear.
Pretty much.
That's me.
Yeah, like
Son of a fuck!
It just disappeared.
God damn it!
I will find you. I will take you back.
Oh my goodness.
Alright, I gotta go take a puppy out for a walk. I'll be right.
Okay.
So, Terrence, Whitney, what are you guys gonna try to do to prepare, quote unquote, for Aelar exactly?
Should we maybe talk to the Mage Guild?
What would you like to talk to them about?
Oh, but it might be a bad idea for them to know. Oh, maybe we could tell them that, like, okay. So we don't have to tell them that Jikindu spoke to us. We can just tell them that we think we heard this guy is wreaking havoc in Imuyueg, and we think that Aelar because he went missing.
Mm-hmm.
Do they know he went missing?
Yes. Alwyn wrote a sternly worded letter to them.
Okay, so we can go to them and like not tell them anything about the secret sneaky stuff, but maybe ask them if they have some way to contain him if the need arises, like if quote unquote by any chance he comes over our way.
Alright, roll persuasion.
Oh god, what is this?
What's my persuasion? Hold on a second.
That's your persuasion should be pretty good from what I recall.
Oh jeez. Damn, that's pretty low roll. That's fine. Got 26.
Boy, you have a plus 15 persuasion. Low roll my ass.
Low.
I mean, 11. It's not that high.
So with a 26, you were able to convince them of this fact. The Mages Guild nods and starts concocting some anti-magic field plans, just in case Aelar seems to come at them.
Okay.
I'm going to make sure that there's like maybe I should put in a curfew.
A curfew should be put into effect?
Like at least for like a couple days, because like the city's on high alert of like a calamity or something.
Roll persuasion.
Oh boy, okay. Persuader. I rolled the exact same thing.
Okay, so with a 26, you are indeed able to persuade the townsfolk to go along with this curfew for now.
I've returned. What have I missed?
Basically, Norm has convinced the Mage's Guild to prepare just in case Aelar shows up, describing it as if, well, we think that because this person uses Dunamancy, that it's Aelar, not mentioning the fact that Jikindu told them. And also, there's the fact that also Whitney has instituted a curfew for Leowyn.
Should I be at full health, by the way?
Yes, you should be at full health.
There we go.
Yes, Kaladin, what do you wish to do in these trying times?
So, has Aelar been flying around or anything?
Considering he's probably been flying and teleporting around.
Right.
Since these attacks were fast, methodical, and very much savage.
Alright, so I'm gonna give my agents around I don't know why I didn't do this before, but give all of them sending stones.
Mm-hmm.
So if any of them spot Aelar, they can notify us.
Okay. So
Could maybe give us a couple minutes.
true. So you do that. Hey, Car, high or low?
Are high or low?
Yes.
Low.
Okay, so
He doesn't come. Damn, I'm disappointing.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to say this. I'm trying to figure out how to say this. Okay, so
Did you roll high? Fuck.
I rolled a 12.
Fuck. I was like, there's like high roll, high roll, high roll. It can't be high roll forever.
Yeah, mine.
I guess it can.
That's not how it works.
Hey, found you.
I know that's not how it works.
You know what? I rolled it before. I rolled it before they did their high rolls. Let me roll again. Because I rolled before everyone else did. So let's see what happens this time. Nope. Okay, yep, it's high again. 17 that time. Jesus.
Best 3 out of 5.
Best 3 out of 5, really?
Best 3 out of 5. Best 3 out of 5. Let's do
There,
it.
you got a 9.
Right there. I have 2 more tries.
That was your 3rd out of 5. There's your 9.
Wait, what the hell?
I rolled a 12, a 17, and then a 9. That's just funny.
Oh, for a second, I thought that 3 people in a row had rolled a 26 for a second.
No, that would have been funny. Anyway, okay.
That would have been very
So if that's
funny.
the case. So if that's the case, then okay. So let me go ahead and get this going.
Nothing though. All right.
Would you stop? I'm trying to think here. Oh, really, mother? Okay. So, due to your low roll, I will say that you begin to hear there begin to be stirrings in the air of magic of a powerful magical presence being detected near Leowyn, or being detected in a direction towards Leowyn.
All right. Go to the magical presence then.
I'll
bring a basket.
All right.
Like a moth in the light.
So, since the rest of you guys are too far from Leowyn, you guys aren't able to really investigate it really. But Citizen, thankfully, being far enough away from Leowyn, is able to.
All right.
And so you arrive. So basically, using a bit of sending stones to your advantage, Citizen, you're able to triangulate where this location exactly is. And
Okay.
Actually, no. I'll have it happen where it began. Funnily enough, the route takes you back to Aelar's old cottage that the rest of the party found him in.
Okay. So the forest that never ends. Got it.
The forest that never ends. you find basically in a bit of a, you hear the sound of Jikindu's voice at first, and as you get closer, you realize that you see Aelar, and you see that he's holding what appears to be this clockwork contraption that keeps repeating Jikindu's orders to him over and over again.
Huh.
Okay.
That's what Searson finds.
Okay.
He seems to be dazed at the moment, as if, and seems to be looking around, kind of like appearing like he might not be knowing where he's going.
I'm gonna slowly approach the man.
Okay. Do you try and hide that you're approaching him, or do you just?
No, gotta be courteous and casual with it.
Okay. So, as you approach, eventually you do make a noise from stepping on a leaf or stepping on a twig, and he turns on a heel to look at you. Even now, he looks even more dazed. He looks like he looks like he hasn't slept in a couple of days, and he just looks at you at first a bit out of it before kind of like his golden eyes kind of looking feral somewhat.
All right.
Do you say anything as you approach him?
I will look at him. Says, "Hello, Aelar."
He doesn't respond at first, simply gripping the clockwork contraption tighter. But then he blinks, and for a moment, like a bit of the haziness seems to go away from his eyes.
And I'm gonna reach into my basket, and I'm gonna pull out something from an early ass session. I don't know the name of the song though.
I guess I'm scrolling back.
Ayo, Queen. I'm sorry. Ayo, Keith.
Yeah.
So, what was the session where we talked about the Imperial Mandate on the piano, and what was being played on the piano?
I think either this or I think it was the Edge of Dawn piano thing. Oh no, or was it something you picked?
Maybe. Thinking it might be. I don't know what it would be.
I'm gonna go back.
Crap.
Okay. Because it's either something that you played or it's either what I played, which is either this
true.
or.
Do you either that or do you happen to know Searson's music box name?
I do not actually. I can grab the video real quick. What is it?
I would have no idea. We're gonna try this. We're gonna see if this works. I got it. It's on its way.
All right.
Bam. Bam. And lovely piano song, by the way.
Mm-hmm. All right, continue.
Yes. I'll whip this bad boy out that I totally remembered from that far away in a session.
Seriously, that's keen mind. I'll get it to her now.
and hold that in his hands.
Mm.
little music box that I remember that I made. I made a music box for him on the Day of Love.
So you hand it to him.
Yeah, go on.
And he looks at it. He looks at it as he holds it on his he looks at it in his other hand, and his eyes begin to clear even more so.
Not all too good about this stuff and stuff, but I do remember that what Tikrios did, and we show our love and appreciation for each other by giving each other gifts. I remember when I was talking to Whitney, I remember I gave a model weird transportation thingy for my husband, and for you, I gave you this.
What I miss?
He kind of you see him nod slightly.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, kind of tearing up right now. Okay, sorry.
You're fine. He kind of nods slowly, and then you hear him say, you hear him begin to say your name, but he kind of cuts out towards the second half.
Reach in for a hug. Grab my arm around him. His back. Just hold it in his hand.
So you hug him, and at first he just stands there, kind of like frozen in a way. You can hear his heart is beating a mile a minute when you hug him. But then eventually you begin to hear the steady, as if about to burst, but then you hear the steady pace of it starting to slow down to a nice, healthy rhythm, and you feel his arms wrap back around you.
It's okay if you can't remember. She'll just whisper, it's okay if you can't remember. It was just nice to know that if I died, it'd be by your hand. It'd be surrounded by the one that truly loves me.
You feel one of his hands kind of go loose, and you can hear the sound of something hitting the ground. And based off the sound, as it gets farther away, you can hear that it's the audio box from Jikindu that basically he drops. And
I've just kind of buried her. Searson just kind of buried her face and he's holding back tears. Probably not well. In his chest.
You can feel his hand on the back of your head for a moment. And for a brief moment, you think that he might. For a brief moment, you feel this slight heat, but then it vanishes, and you hear him mutter, "I remember." And he hugs you tight.
I'll hug him back. Super tight.
And you just hear him say, "I would never hurt you." And he just holds you.
My children.
Oh my god.
What?
Norm, are you crying?
No.
Okay.
But I was kind of close to.
Oh my god!
Just hug and sway for a bit, man. Hug and sway.
It's cute.
It's all good. It's okay to cry sometimes, Norm. It's fine.
Speaking of crying, you do feel a few, wet droplets fall on the top of your head.
No, not Aelar tears.
Bruh.
And
Do you want to go back?
eventually,
You can stay here for the time being if you'd like.
He simply nods, not letting go of you.
Same.
And I will say, the party, that the magical presence disappears, but you do not, you do not see nor hear from Searson for several days, maybe a week or two.
You said a week or two?
Anywhere from a day to a week or two.
Oh.
Shit.
Wait, do we know any of what happened?
Nope.
Or
as Aelar and
Damn.
Searson merely spend time together away from the chaos of their everyday lives, several picnics together, and enjoying what's left of the vegetables that he's still farming at that house.
My heart.
But as
Oh
all
my God.
Brought cheese, wine, and bread. We can have a nice little picnic.
mm-hmm. And as you enjoy picnics together, you enjoy time by the river together. And one day, on a day of your choosing, you do return to Leowin, with Aelar, while haggard from his long mental suggestion, is back to you all.
Susan's back.
Searson returns with a familiar elven wizard in tow.
I go run to hug them both. I don't know when that Valentine's Day session was. I think it was actually like in spring of this year.
Was it during the 3-year?
Yes, it was during the 3-year. Give me a second. I'm about to pull it up.
Was it part 1, 2, or 3?
I think it might have been part 1.
Part 4 is the Fate of Nayrul.
Oh, I think it was part 1 because that was like the scene where like you and I flew with my hubby Tate, and I was like, or like someone flew with us, and I was like, yes, we're an item, what about it?
I think it was.
Oh my god.
I believe it was episode 15.
Episode 15?
Mm-hmm.
So peace and... Oh yeah, that does sound correct.
No,
yes.
15 was the 3-year rule part 1, but 14 was Peace and Leowin. It's one of the two. It might.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I think it might be... We'll try to look for it later.
Alright. But I assume Aelar and Searson hug Whitney back.
Yes, it is, of course, always a pleasure to meet you again, Whitney.
I missed you a lot, my friend. And I'm so glad you're okay, Aelar. I was so worried.
I'm glad to be back.
I'm sorry. As much as I wanted to go with Jikindu's plan, my heart wanted other things.
So what's going to happen now?
So I'm sure we'll figure something out.
I mean, either way we're going to have a war, but I'm sure it's not going to be as fast as he'd like it to be.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
I know either way we're probably going to have a war, but I doubt it's going to be as fast as Jikindu would like it to be.
No, and I doubt it would be as bloodless. Regardless, we fell for his ruse. We are doing exactly as he wants.
Yes.
Are we?
Yeah, pretty much. He wants this war to kind of just start.
Yeah, he wants it. He wants it to start.
We're starting the war.
He wants.
He
it to,
probably. Sorry, go ahead.
yeah, he wants it to start, and he wants you guys to win.
Mm.
What were you gonna say, Roxy?
He probably knew that like Searson was gonna go for Aelar, right, and like try and bring him back. I think he probably knew.
I will.
He's
I
too
mean,
smart.
did Keith really know?
I will say, however, that the Jikindu's audio box does have a message for you, Searson.
Oh God, what
Oh,
the fuck
shit.
does it have?
It has your mother's singing, as a recording in it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Is that supposed to be chilling or comforting?
Also within it are the beginnings of schematics for a flying windmill. And
Ah, yes. Thank you for perfectly imitating my mother, by the way.
I'm sorry, I couldn't.
No, what? Roxy got it.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Oh, really? Oh.
Yeah, Roxy nailed it. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It's from Feel Good Inc.
Aw.
Well, yeah, Feel Good Ink. I was about to look
Yeah.
up the gift.
But and then it says at the end, and it says at the end, and it says at the, and it basically says at the end of with located in the blueprints, like as kind of like nested within, it says build your own legacy.
He has a very strange humor.
At the end of that bit, fucking Jikindu starts doing the rap.
Oh my God, no.
Oh no! Please no.
No,
Not the...
I'm not. But yeah, he's left you the beginnings of schematics for the flying windmill. You'll have to finish it yourself. He's not going to make it easy for you.
Oh, but of course, something to do once we finish this entire war.
And with that, Aelar is returned to you. And thus that concludes the Ruse questline.
Damn.
Ruse questline 90% speedrun. Let's go.
The Ruse continued, and now the Ruse ends. But yeah.
Very poetic.
Much as I like the music, just
Yeah, it's good. You are free to skip that, my dude.
yeah.
Ah.
So, with Aelar returned to you, I will say that he was not left unaffected by his months-long hypnosis. In fact, once he gets back to Leia, when he basically fucking crashes. Like, the man is laid up in bed. And in fact, because of this fact, the Queen does visit. And while she does help you guys look after Aelar, she also asks how things have been going in Leowen and on the war front.
Yes, the war front will work on that.
Actually, looking into the matter, you discover that Aldwin has been quite busy these last 3 months or 6. Actually, no, through summer.
Quite pissy?
Busy.
Oh.
Sorry. No, you're good. He made good old Rainier Eligard II court architect. And he's been doing a slew of fortification building across the region. At the same time, Zarn and Thrin and Kiro the Lupin have been all three hammering into the recruits as they build up an army. And Searson.
Yeah.
Remember your plan for lightning rods that you discussed with your friend?
Avalier?
Yeah, with good old Avalier. It has been that has been completed as well.
Well, that took a while, but I'm very proud of him.
And it has the extra effect of, through the use of the Mage's Tower built into Castle Leowin, a protective magical barrier can be activated to protect the city.
Yo! Got that fucking magic barrier! No, yeah, Gabe's not here. I forgot about that.
Aw, dang, Gabe still stepped away. We'll bring it up to him once he gets back.
Gabe's not here and Roxy's not here. It's only just me and Norm right now. Hi, Norm.
But yes, the what am I thinking of? Also, Norm, would you have Terrence? Would you have tried to convince the Fae to join your side?
I suppose so.
I was about to say, would you want them to join, or would you want them to stay out of the war?
Wait, the Fae were the
Summer Queen and
with
their elk.
Yeah, the Summer Queen. That's. I mean, I don't know. I would just ask them what they wanted to do.
The ambassador kind of like lets you know that the Fae don't. Those of the Summerlands don't really have a cause to either side.
So. Okay, I think we're gonna need any help we can get. If they're willing to help us, I think we should accept it.
All right, roll persuasion for me, please.
Yeah, give me a second. $31.
For the 31, murmurs start to spread throughout the Fae Court lands, but eventually the Summer Queen writes you all a letter basically pledging her assistance to the Kingdom of Hanak in whatever way she sees fit.
All right.
And thus you guys can count Hanak. Can count the Summer Faelands across as amongst your allies.
Thanks, Summer Queen.
And I'm gonna take a break real quick until we get some more people to come back.
I'm gonna finish writing this thing out and probably look for what song it actually was.
All right, so we're just gonna pause here. So, for my people, so basically, Aelar is laid up in bed. He's currently resting. As the fall months begin to turn to winter, and silence, and there is silence on both sides, as not much is currently going on in either lands. You guys continue to build up your forces and prepare for the inevitable conflict. The Queen is there to look after Aelar, and that is when you guys get a letter. It is a summons.
Ooh.
It is a parlay between the Usurper King and the Silver Queen to be held in the city of Aeneas.
Do you quickly remind me who the Usurper King is?
The Usurper
again?
King is the king of Imuyueg, who took over after leading a revolt against the previous king and queen. He has been revealed to be Elwyn, the former a man who was trying to court the Queen of Hanak, aka Aelar's daughter. And he is calling for an audience with the Queen. He's calling for a parlay with the Queen in Aeneas, and he asked that the Lions of Leowin be present as well.
Okay.
So, do my brave lions decide to go to this parlay?
Well, Terrence would say yes.
Alright. Kaladin, Searson, so you two go.
It would be
Sure.
rude not
I'll be
to.
invisible.
Oh my fucking god.
I'll take advantage of that ring, bro.
Oh, sure. Searson, shall you go?
Of course, I'm good now.
Alright. Aelar will be coming with as well, despite his slightly beleaguered state. So in the winter of 503, you guys all head to... Give me a second. You guys will head to the city of Aeneas. It is slightly battered from its time under revolt, but seems to be slowly picking up the pieces as you guys are escorted through the city. And when you guys reach the castle, you do indeed find Elwyn, the familiar face that Whitney and Tate met, despite both of them not being here. And you also see with him Spiro, Evelyn, and two Steel, and a figure and a cloaked figure with a glowing warhammer.
Okay.
Ah, thank you all for coming. Elwyn, the usurper king, says as he gives a smile. You see Queen Elu simply give a hardened stare in response.
Already going swimmingly.
A pleasure meeting you as well.
Shall we take a seat? He motions to the large table.
Sure. I'm gonna check the table for traps.
Roll investigation.
Those drinks spiked?
Those drinks spiked? Yeah?
Wonderful.
I can't roll investigation right now. Can please?
No, we should at least try to keep the peace, because, parlay and all that.
Yeah, give me a second. I will roll for Searson.
Just, give a brief look at the room, I do.
Okay. Let me go ahead and...
Swear to God, if you roll high again, Keith.
Oh my fucking god, it's not my fault that your rolls are like this. Okay, with an 18, you don't know...
Oh,
you
God.
don't. Okay, with an 18, what did everyone else roll?
1 second. Assume at the very least a 22 for me. I can't roll at the moment, so...
God, okay, gonna have to roll for everybody then, gotcha.
Okay.
Really? Just not gonna let me select... Oh, that's why, because I'm not selecting tokens. Okay, anyway. Skills. Investigation. Okay, so... Where's my boy Kaladin at? Illume got a 18 on investigation. Kaladin, you got a 30. Terrence got a 15.
Nice.
So with these investigation checks, you know.
Okay.
So with these investigation checks, you guys notice that there are no traps.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's already a plus in my book.
Yeah, no shit.
So you guys sit down, and as does the king and his retinue. Spiro, and then Spiro looks at Aelar and says, "I'm happy to see that you are all right after your ordeal." Aelar doesn't say anything.
I'm gonna just take a big sip, man.
Mhm.
Just
So why exactly have you called us here, King Elwyn? Well, considering the current situation we find ourselves in, I thought it best to talk about the chances of peace on both sides. After all, and then that's when Sparrow says, "After all, it is your refusal to see the good in certain plans that is bringing this war ever closer to happening."
how do you suppose peace would be achieved here?
Elwyn then says, "Well, I would suggest complete and utter surrender, but that seems complete and utter surrender so that we can give everyone the peace they deserve." But he looks up without finishing the statement.
I mean, that same peace could be achieved in your unconditional surrender, but
And that is the standstill we've been at for quite a while, it seems now. So Sparrow then, as Elwyn says before Sparrow looks amongst you all. There's no need for this much bloodshed. There's nothing, and that's when the cloaked figure cuts in. There's nothing honorable about war like this.
and who might you be?
I am the keeper. I am the keeper of justice and honor within the ranks of my kind. I am, and that's that. I am, and that's when you hear. I like to imagine that Nerul and Thrin came with you, and Nerul's eyes turns gray as he says, and just simply says, "Oh, it's Tyr," and then the cloaked figure doesn't respond at first. Yes.
Yo, should have played it smooth, but I didn't. But yo, okay. Sorry.
The honor bound.
So we have Tears, Sparrow.
Tyr, Sparrow, Evelyn, Steele, and Elwyn.
Oh, I see. What a legend.
Thanatos simply rolls his eyes with control of Nerul's body. A stubborn and pig-headed Eternal who I see as chosen alongside. I could say something to say about you, Deathkeeper. Ugh, this is why I never liked him in the first place. You hear Thanatos mutter. Well, let's play this out then. Let's play this out logically then, shall we? If we do so happen to go to war, we waste resources. We waste resources on both sides. That results in us being weaker. If we win, at the very least, there's a chance that we can correct this error. If you win, then you've wasted resources that could be better used for times that could be better used in the peace that we would give you. And on top of that, you would all be knowingly heading towards the grave event that awaits us. Not soon. The event that awaits us that is soon coming. And on top of, and to slightly bring up this point, there is the fact that the more carnage you spread, the more likely that his uninvited guest will awaken again. He points towards Thrin.
And how exactly would you correct anything better than us.
We simply wish for a return. We simply wish for a peace before all this bloodshed started. After all, would that not be preferable to the countless centuries of death and destruction that this land has witnessed?
Well, those centuries are in the past. You can't change them.
But we can. Elwyn says as he leans forward. After all, now we have the means to.
No, you just want to forget them.
What was the line? Is serenity not preferable to chaos?
Well, it wouldn't be chaos if you didn't want to do this.
And that's when Tio cuts in. We do this because this is the best for your kind. I saw it.
Why shouldn't our kind decide what's best for us?
Oh, Federal went out. Okay. So Elwyn, so Spiro listens to what you have to say, Illum, and then he brings up the fact, and then he hears what Terran says as well, and then he says, "Yes, those are words that many have said over the countless centuries of this Roaring States period, and yet it inevitably arrived back at the same point, did it not? Where every single kingdom rises, falls, and a new crown is placed on someone's head, and the same cycle of death and destruction happens over and over again. It seems that your free will, in a way, seems to just cause you more harm than good in this instance."
Right. So you are using. So let me get this straight. You're using high volumes of magic to restrict people's free will because it will harm us.
More that we're using this magic to give you the opportunity to finally have a situation where you don't make choices such as those again and again. We can't dictate what everyone's lives will be from the point onward, but we can give you a fresh start in a way. One that's not drowned in the blood of innocence.
Not sure about all of you, but I am totally down to making my own mistakes, thank you.
Be who
Yes, I
we
like
are without
Freeman,
them.
thank you.
Ooh, that's a tough question.
Spiro looks at you for a moment, Illum, and says, "Yes. My goal is to give everyone the happiness that they so desire, to balance the happiness amongst the scales of millions." Oh, okay. What do you guys say to that?
Oh, 1 second, let me read it.
It's the last one.
Why do you gotta ask thought-provoking questions? I don't got enough brain for this. Good grief. Wow.
And that's when Aelar cuts in and says that says that even with all the lives you save, think about the ones that you ruin by changing history in such a way. And that's when Thrin says, he's not wrong there.
Wait, who said that?
Aelar said, think about the million. Basically, Aelar said, think about the welcome, Cookie. Currently, we're in a parlay with the King of Imuyueg and his forces. You got Aelar back.
Okay.
Basically, they're debating what the party's debating with the king whether or not they're going to have peace or go to war.
Okay.
And Aelar explains that no matter how many lives you save by magic such as this, you can't guarantee that everyone keeps going forward. Death comes to everyone. You can't save them all. So why should we have the ability to pick and choose who remains?
Wait 1 second, like out of character question. So this guy's plan was supposed to like bring people back to life or some shit, or just to avoid wars.
Spiro wants to warp reality to make the world forget the Warring States period ever happened, and in doing so, he will also give everyone the happiness they so desire. However, by doing that, he wipes away all the choices that everyone's ever made, and at the same time, basically builds the world off of a lie, because all he does is wipe away memories and bring back people as needed. He's not able to change history on that scale.
Wait, and what guarantees like wars won't start again and stuff?
Well, there is the idea that Aelar had where basically people would be... Well, no, okay. So Aelar, when he had this plan, had the idea to basically make it to where people would experience every traumatizing moment of their life in the past reality, but if they tried something like that. But on Spiro's end, there is no guarantee. Because all he's doing is buying time until the long night happens. That's all he's doing. He's giving you peace until it's ended by war again.
Okay, and we know that, right?
Yeah, you guys know this.
Okay.
Like, and we're happy, but then we're all just gonna get massacred by the creatures up north. Wonderful.
The demons.
Yes. Well, there are other forces such as the gods and supposedly the Eternals that are building up forces. But yes, basically, mortal kind would be basically be caught unawares by this event. Basically, So, and Aelar is basically saying that A, you can't save anyone, and B, basically everyone's happiness has to be built on the bodies of someone else. Aelar will say. Aelar could wait. You would choose who lives. Crap. Combat force. Aelar says that no one has the right to choose for someone else. In fact, and that's when he to you guys says, "Is that not the reason why you guys are here now? You all chose to stand up for Leowyn. You chose to be its rulers and chose to help it."
Yes.
And he looks at Illum and he says, "Your father chose to lay down his life against Ares, thus letting you stand here. We can't let those sacrifices be wiped away, can we?" And then he looks towards the rest of the party for an answer. Do you want everything you've ever done to be wiped away, be given happiness instead?
No,
Good.
not really.
He looks at Terrence and Whitney, who have not answered yet.
No. And really, we don't even know if that would give us happiness.
It's basically like a mercy killing, isn't it? Like, all right, at least you won't know of the fate that's awaiting you. Kind of thing.
Basically.
But that shouldn't be up to him either. That shouldn't be up to him either.
Yeah, it's up to us.
It's like
Hmm?
It's like putting the baby to sleep before the monster comes in.
But in this...
That analogy is terrifying.
I mean, it makes sense.
Is it not true?
Yeah.
It makes sense. And then that's when for the first time you see Sparrow get visibly frustrated as he simply looks up at you all. You all would rather live in such a horrifying, disgusting experience such as the Warring States period, rather than just accept some commodity of happiness.
Yes.
Commodity won't mean much when we're all dead.
You know, my father was a very sick and twisted individual, but even he knows that happiness is in itself a commodity. You, of course, Sparrow, would know that best, wouldn't you?
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh shit, hold on. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, he asked, what is that supposed to mean?
Oh! I'm sorry, who's the one who tried to ally Mr. Ruse?
Even size, Ruse, at best would have been useful. It would at best have been useful to get to the end goal, and in the end, he would have been changed too.
And yet, he didn't find any use for you, which he usually finds in everyone. Why?
Because just like, and that's when Tyr comes up and says, because every single one of you mortals has been driven insane by the lives you live. And that's when you see for a brief moment a cold blue eyes staring up at you from under the hood. Every last one of you.
Whatever insanity is going on is much better than whatever fantasy you people seem to be living in. Oh, look at us! We're starting a happy-go-lucky world.
And that is when Elwyn slams his hands on the desk and stands, and that's when you see one of his eyes flare white while the other one flares black. The same eyes that Sparrow has.
I get it now.
For once, everyone in this world is being offered something good, something that is something without strings attached, and you would throw it away, not just for you, but for millions to come. You'd rather sit and fester in your decadent ways, and this disgusting world that is ruined the lives of millions, and simply wait, and then his eyes flash back to normal. You're all the same.
Wait, that was?
Elwyn, the usurper king.
Yep.
Okay.
And do you mind repeating just briefly what he said?
He said He said you would all rather sit and fester in the disgusting state of the world that has ruined millions of lives, rather than save the modicum of happiness you can have with no strings attached. All of you, and basically he's
okay, yeah, no, I heard what I need to hear.
Yeah.
So for a person with no strings attached, you seem to be pretty attached to Sparrow there.
Because I have chosen to do what he couldn't. He glares at Aelar. And then that's when Aelar says
to quit, by the way.
Hmm?
Aelar didn't choose to quit.
Did he?
He was forced to by human will. As you will be in time. Human will, whatever that would be. Acrian will.
Yeah, mortal will.
Mortal will.
He says, even after he was freed by you all, when at any moment he could have gone down the same path he'd gone before, and would have actually achieved it this time had he simply stood hand in hand with Sparrow.
Yes, but as we were talking about with Sparrow's idea, would he actually have achieved that? There's just so much random order and chaos. There's no way you can accurately predict all of it. There's no way you can make everyone truly happy. Even if you are taking away their free will, it will just always come back. You fight in never-ending losing war.
We can't because we are mortal, but they are different. And that's when you hear Thanatos say, that is the biggest lie I've ever heard.
Thank you, Thanatos. You are quite a creature.
We Eternals are just as flawed as they are. Saying that we can make the better choices is idiotic at best and downright childish at worst. If you are a child, then you don't deserve that crown. You hear Thanatos growl.
In retrospect, Elwyn, I don't even think that crown is yours to take. It's Sparrow's. You gave yourself up to him.
No, it is my... All I did was take of his blood. It is still my will that brought me to this point. And I will see to it.
What do you think he'll do with you once he wins?
I'll be used as a vessel to change the world.
You'll be used to do whatever he wants. You will no longer be you.
I will still be me. I will not be like Thwin and Ares. Are you sure about that? You hear Thwin say from the back. I think with what happened with Nerul and me, there's kind of too much going against you there.
After you're done, and let's say you killed us all and you win, you wouldn't even be you anymore. You would just be Sparrow's vessel, as you put it. Just a host for him to control his world as he sees fit. You are nothing but a tool to him.
That is a lie, you hear Sparrow say as he looks up at you. Out of every, I never see anyone in this land as a tool, as just a thing to be used. They are all lives, people that I was meant to safeguard.
I don't know about you, but forcing them into happiness seems like a use for you, and you're not really taking into account everyone's thoughts on it. If you cared about them so much, you would hear what they had to say.
Calden, what was that insight roll?
Just like, I care about everyone. I don't see anyone as a tool.
I know. Oh no, he's telling the truth. He absolutely fervently believes that.
Okay,
and that's when he says, how do I want to say this? when they left us, and the dark
How
and
do you want to do this?
no, when
Sorry.
the dark and light brother left us, when they were forced into their current roles, they made me the arbiter of their will and gave me one goal: protect this world and the people of it. I failed before, but I will not fail again. I was told to do what needs to be done, and I will.
And
You would
stop this war. Have peace.
There will be peace, but not of this sick era. And just like that, he sounds so much like her. Hear Thanatos mutter. And that's when Aelwyn sighs. I had hoped we might come to some compromise, but I see that will not be the case. I can see now that will not be the case. There's too much difference between us for that to ever happen.
Well, it's but a shame, really. You're not going to end up protecting the ones you care about so much. I truly pity you, Sparrow. And all of you.
Sparrow?
Should you wish to change your mind, I will always be willing to accept you with open arms.
That's when Elwyn simply stands, and his eyes turn those colors again as he leans forward on the table. From this, as King Elwyn the First of the Empire of Imuyueg, I declare war on the Kingdom of Hanak and all your allies. For the bloodshed you spread in my land through Aelar's devastation, despite what lies you tell about it. And by the end of this, Hanak will remain in ashes, and then be returned to the bountiful land it was before. May what gods you have on your side have mercy on your souls, for we shall not. And with a snap of Sparrow's fingers, they're gone.
Some
Damn.
meeting that was. Oh yes. So basically, this is a long-winded way to say they've just declared war on us.
Pretty much.
They declared war on us with the ideology Cassius Belli.
Good, die mad.
Bruh.
Die mad.
Shame, right? Shame.
Shame.
Aelar and Elu have a grim look on their face after the Umuyueg party leaves.
We'll be fine.
Party, oh my god.
Die mad is exactly what I'm gonna do when I'm not forced into happiness. So yeah.
What the fuck is this fake ass happiness that I've just been talking about all session?
I'm gonna be bored out of my shit if I have to live my whole life in happiness.
Yo, no. I get it now. You ready for this? Burrow's the one rapping.
He says ass crack, not Jikindu.
He says
Ow.
I'm sorry, yeah.
So,
Go on, son.
So Aldwin as well is gonna look kind of just unsettled by what was just said, but he's simply going to shrug and say, "Well, We've been preparing for this for a reason.
Yes. It would be a shame if we did all these preparations with no output. I have one more trick up my sleeve that I need to go and do here.
Which is...
So, I'm going to take a real big deep dive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Deep dive. Previous sessions. I'm not sure if people remember this, but is there a way I can contact the Vespidin hives and see if I can get them on our side this time?
Yes, actually. You did it.
Nice.
Since actually they do work for the Summer Queen in a way.
Pog. If we can even get the one angry one, they're going to work for us now. Does this mean we're going to see a return of Andraste?
You're funny.
Bruh.
Stop laughing! It's a serious idea!
Wait, what? Wait, what happened?
Maybe.
Oh my god.
What? What?
Kara might have just wiggled in a way for Andraste to show back up.
Okay.
Anyway, I just find it funny. Anyway, I will say, as you guys are leaving out of the count of the Aeneas castle, you see there appear to be 4 humans waiting for you outside. One of which, Susan, you recognize quite well.
You recognize a human?
It's the same human that threatened Aelar and you a while ago.
Wait, what?
Orion White, the Tempest King.
Oh, yo, that guy's
shit.
kind of sexy though.
So for the rest of you, this is your first time seeing him. He is a tall. He's a tall, sort of well built / lean, olive toned human. You can see electric blue eyes glowing from underneath his black hair. And he has this bow on his back that seems to spark with electricity every once in a while.
I think this guy has something to do with lightning.
So, judging by
Did you have to roll investigation for that?
for those of you who have played
I
Journey,
had to get a nat 20 on that.
for those of you who played Journey to the West, you probably know one of his kids, one of his descendants. Anyway, he looks over at you all. That's it then. So to war, the elves once again march themselves.
A war for peace seems so... Oh, what's the word?
Idiotic, you hear him mutter.
Yeah, well, I'm perfectly just trying to figure out the word. I totally forgot.
If you
I'm
think
sure
about it,
seriously
all
what it was.
wars are for a peace.
It's like Hippocratic?
Hypocritical.
Hypocritical.
Yeah, there you go.
It is. And then that's when he notices you, Tate, and he simply says, Dragonfarer, you would fight for the elves in their war?
Yep.
Well, I'm sure that you found a new home amongst them, I assume.
No, they're all right, and they need help, so why not?
That is an honorable cause to take. You see, there's this man in full black and red armor with red eyes glowing underneath. You can smell a bit of sulfur coming from him as he speaks. That's an honorable stance to take. You see the sigil of the phoenix grafted onto the front of his armor.
Yo, is that steel?
No, steel was in the room, you guys.
Okay, got it.
Tate would recognize these folk from the stories, actually.
Yo, Tate! Sorry.
Do I?
Yes, so because you would have heard stories about these guys. So Tate, the main leader is Orion White. You know him as the Tempest King, Slayer of Aelar, quote unquote. The man in the full red and black suit is known as the Horseman of War. He is of the Decker clan, known for their familiarity with fire, and known for being honor-bound warriors and generals in the Tempest King's army.
Okay.
Then there's a man dressed in regal black and blue garb. He is of the Ja clan, a network of spies and assassins, and the retainers of the Tempest King, marked with the sigil of the Raven. And last but not least, there is the Teros, those marked by the Griffin and by Wind, known for being the growers of food in the Tempest King's lands, but also known for being very benevolent, also known for their terrifying ability to control the wind, with being able to summon it up as if it was the rage of a griffin.
You got to put that in the chat.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry, but I gotta leave now.
You're good.
I know.
See you, Norm.
Adios, Norm.
See you guys.
Goodbye, most
Good night,
Normanos.
Normie. I love you.
Love you too. See
Pat
ya.
Terrence is in the chat.
Pat. No, Pat. Don't worry about it. My dad thought I was calling Philip.
Okay. So I know who they are.
Yeah, you recognize them from the stories, yes.
Okay, cool.
They're noted as their moniker has been the Four Horsemen of Dew.
And why are they here?
Good question. Would you like to ask them?
Yes, why are you here?
Well, Spiro came to us some time ago and asked for our aid, and we agreed to give it. We stood here waiting to see whether or not peace would be given from these events, but that is not the case, because both sides are not walking out together. So I suppose that means that it's war then. Orion just shrugs. So be it. He then stands off the perch that he was sitting on. I hope you have made your peace with whatever gods you follow.
Sorry, I have nothing to say here.
You're good. I'm on to a text I just got.
Sorry, I'm just trying to remember everyone's names. Oh yeah, that's the name of one of them. Imuyueg party.
I forgot.
Party.
Yes.
I don't know. I forgot. Who's the fourth person?
Oh, Tero. Tero.
Tara? Oh, Tara was already in there, though.
Ja? Decker?
No, in the Imuyueg party.
Oh, Tero wasn't there. Spiro, Elwyn, Steele, Evelyn.
Elwyn. Okay. Steele, Evelyn, and who else?
Give me a second. Just typing out. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I had to text something. Anyway, so Sparrow, Elwyn, Steele, Tyr, and Evelyn.
Oh, Tyr, yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
All right, we got it. Imuyueg party down. I forgore.
God. Okay. Anyway, what is it? What was I gonna say? Yeah. Well, I suppose we'll see you on the battlefield then, Sorcerer King. I suppose we will, Tempest King. All right. For the first time, you see Orion have a bit of a smirk on his face as you hear thunder in the distance. I look forward to killing you again. And he looks at your party. And I hope that you're able to give me a good fight on the battlefield.
Yeah, I was about to say, it's like, instead of being so excited to kill him, just be excited to battle again? I don't know.
You're all right. The Draconics of the North have been the Draconics of the North and the other forces of the West have been boring sport. To fight the Elven factions again will be quite invigorating.
Hope we give you something memorable.
Well, I look forward to in that case, I look forward to facing you all. I will fight you at my strength, and I hope that you do the same. And no matter who wins, in the end, I doubt that any of us will stay dead forever. Though, I'd recommend being careful on who you kill. And with a strike of lightning, the four of them are gone.
Same to you.
Oh.
So?
Okay, I'll just mention that later. Oh, anyway, all right, so,
Yeah.
Okay, so after he's gone, Thanatos...
Easy. You see those 5 people in the Imuyueg party? There you go. Easy.
Yeah, along with... And then that's when Thanatos says, the fact that he's going to be part of this is slightly more trouble than I thought it'd be.
Yes, well, it seems as if everyone on Acria is somehow involved in this in some way or another.
Including Godwoken, unfortunately.
So...
On that note, I think I'm going to call this session quits here, actually.
Yeah. I honestly thought you were going
Really?
to call it quits
Okay.
when they formally declared war.
Yeah, I thought about it, but nah. Well, actually, we're just
Yeah,
going to
you're
stop it
good.
here.